everyone and Happy New Year. I would like to first give you a quick introduction about myself. Hi, my name is Sondos Ammdadl as you're following me over here. And I am the CEO and founder of Ammdadl Holding and Ammdadl Strategies, and I'm also the co-founder and marketing executive of Mission Elixir. I have been in the digital marketing and personal development field for over 5 years right now, and it was a long journey of self-reflection and self-awareness that I had to go through so I am able to be with you here today. Now, as it's new year, it's obviously the goal setting season. So the thing is, why would you want to set goals that in the end don't really happen? So that's why I am here today. I am here to bring for you the secrets of the successful people, the secret that actually a lot of people tend to skip and not look over, even though a lot of people are open about it, so it's actually not really a secret. But I am ready to share it with you in this video and how to actually start implementing it. There is a very important skill that we all need to build when we are actually setting our goals and building our system, and that skill is building discipline. I have been an ambitious person with great ideas for my whole life, but the thing is, there was one thing that I've always struggled with. Actually, not one thing. There are two things, but they are related, which are consistency and discipline. Now, by the end of this video, I hope I can achieve with you a new mindset regarding discipline and regarding goal setting that will actually change 2024 for you to be basically the greatest year of your life, whereas the year that you're going to take complete control of your life. And now, let's get started. First thing is, we need to define discipline. So you might be wondering, what exactly is discipline? Well, it's usually mistaken for being like so strict and like exactly following the rules, but it's not really like that. It's more of about, this is where your self-control kind of takes in. So this is kind of what makes us different from animals, because we're able to actually discipline ourselves. So basically it's about consistency and self-control. Goals are great, but what's the point of them if you have no system and plan to actually achieve them? Think of it as the secret sauce that actually sets people who dream from people who actually achieve. Discipline is often mixed with motivation. See, discipline is a bit different from motivation because motivation is like a burst of energy that gets you started. For example, it's like that kind of 3 a.m. you wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, okay, I want to do a hair mask, I want to do a face mask, I want to write my to-do list, I want to get with it, I want to finish my homeworks, I don't know what. That's motivation. This is not discipline. But discipline is what keeps you going even when the initial excitement wears off. So be very careful between confusing motivation and discipline. Often people wait for this motivation to kick in order for them to start working on their goals and building their systems. But once this motivation wears off, you find them neglecting working towards their goals. For example, let's just have a look at the successful people around us. They did not just get there by chance. They had a system, and this system required them to be disciplined. For example, one of the people I follow, who is actually a major productivity person here on YouTube, is Ammdadl. He has took us step by step on his YouTube channel on how he was able to grow, and basically him building systems in order to achieve where he is today. He started out as a doctor, but now he's a very successful businessman and a YouTuber, and he's also an academician. Another example, which is more personal, if I'm actually going to discuss something as simple but yet so dreaming for me as the YouTube channel. Why is YouTube channel such a big deal for me? Because I have dreamt of having one since I was 12, but I always had this kind of maturity that I shouldn't start YouTube channel at that age. And when I wanted to start, I wanted to do something very meaningful. So the thing is, right now my channel is basically all about travel, entrepreneurship, self-growth, and marketing. I started out my YouTube channel in 2021, I believe, yes, mid-2021 in June, and literally I was posting, but the thing is I was not consistent. I had no system, I had no plan. I was literally posting every couple of months or so, and then I would just ignore it for 6-7 months, and then I would come back. And the thing is, I never grew, and I was always so freaking frustrated. And the thing is, I don't think I even crossed 200 subscribers at that time. I'm gonna put the screenshot somewhere here. And literally in the past 1 month and a half, I was just no, I really gotta, take this seriously. So the thing is, all right, I enjoy video editing, but do I have the time for it? No. So the thing is, I hired an amazing video editor, Yamna. I'm actually gonna put her Instagram over here. So the thing is, if you would like her to edit your videos, you can go ahead, and she would love to help you. So she's my current editor at the time being. And this helped me a lot in kind of removing some time but yet investing in my YouTube channel, because now I'm able to edit consistently. And then I went from less than 200 subscribers to now I've got around 880 subscribers. So the thing is, this is actually the power of discipline. And honestly, this gap, it did not happen in the past 2.5 years. It only happened in the past 1 month and a half. So that's when I realized all I had to do was be more disciplined and consistent, and then success was going to follow. Now let's go to the next section, which is actually discipline and goal setting. Now let's talk about your goals. We all have them, we all set them, but do they all come true? Not really. We all set goals, especially around New Year, right? But setting clear goals or achievable goals is just kind of the beginning step, because really, again, as I'm mentioning, what's the point of you having a goal if you have no system, if you have no plan to actually reach to that goal? After we create the plan, then we need to stick to it. We actually need the sticking to it is where the discipline is where a lot of people do lack it. For example, being fat is hard and going to the gym is hard. Choose your hard. Being super skinny is hard, but going to the gym and eating properly is also hard, so choose your hard. Being in an unhealthy marriage is hard, but being divorced is also hard, so you kind of gotta choose your hard. You gotta have to see what is the one thing that you're actually willing to live with in your whole life. Now, how can you actually create a plan and overcome the usual issues that you tend to face that are stopping you from achieving your goals? Picture this. You are faced with obstacles on the way to your goals. That's when discipline comes in, and it's like kind of feel like your superhero. Hey, I'm here, I got you, I'm gonna hold your hand and we're gonna walk together to that goal. Basically, discipline is kind of helping you navigate through the challenges and kind of keeping your eyes straight to the prize. So the first thing is we will need to build daily habits. We will need to divide our big chunky year goals into smaller goals in order for us to be able to achieve them. Basically, your daily habits is kind of like your tracker. It's basically how you're going to be able to measure yourself if you're actually heading towards your goal, or are you kind of like losing that kind of sense and purpose. So the thing is, right now, this is where your daily habits come in. So for example, that I want to make my first $1 million by the end of this year. So the thing is, okay, what are you gonna do every day in order for you by December to look at your bank account and find that you have $1 million? Are you gonna be working your job? Are you gonna be starting your own business? And I suggest you do that because no job is gonna pay you $1 million a year, but beside the point. So you have to kind of look and find the ways of how you're going to be actually achieving that goal, and then divide them into little smaller goals until you're able to reach them. For example, your goal is to lose some weight, so you will have to say that, okay, I need to go to the gym like 3-4 times a week, and I have to kind of fix my diet as much as I can, at least that's what I tell myself, and start doing that. But if you just say, I want to lose 10 kgs by the end of this year or 20 kgs by the end of this year, what are you doing to achieve it? Discipline isn't about big grand gestures. It's about those little habits we repeat every day. These small but yet consistent habits is what actually lead us to big changes. Now, one of the very important aspects that a lot of people tend to lack when they are kind of setting their goals is time management. And this is why time, or basically choosing your goals in a timely manner, is extremely important. Like, this is why it's actually in the SMART chart. When you're setting your goals, they have to be specific, they have to be measurable, they have to be attainable, they have to be relevant, and they have to be timed. So the thing is, you have to put the right time for the right task. For example, if your income is quite low and the thing is you have no idea, you cannot say that I want to have $1 million at the end of this year, because the thing is, $1 million can seem a little bit out of the box at the time being where you are. So the thing is, you can say, okay, maybe I would like to achieve 100k salary or 100k savings by the end of this year. How am I going to achieve this? Then I have to do this 1, 2, 3. Depending on your situation, this may seem more relevant, and also the time wise. This is both very, very important. So when you're timing your tasks, whether they're your daily tasks, whether they're your big chunk, big goals, they need to have a time manner. You need to study the time and how much time will each task or will each goal take to be achieved. And time management is actually another area where discipline shines. Now, I got you one good thing about time management. I have been struggling with time management as well my whole life, but thank God this year, 2023, was the year that I finally fixed it. And I will have my secrets of what actually worked for me in my course on Mission Elixir, which will be available very soon. Please make sure to check Mission Elixir's website. I'm going to be putting it down in the description below. But for the time being, I want you to remember one thing. It's not about having more time, it's about making the most of the time that we have. For example, I don't know if it's like I have ADHD or whatever it is, but the thing is, I tend to struggle a lot with focus. So the thing is, let's say, for example, I would need to finish writing an article, or for example, preparing notes for my team meeting. What I will do is I'll literally get my timer out on the phone, and then I will select like how much will this task take, like for example, half an hour, 45 minutes. I suggest you don't sit that long. Like, try to get up and have a walk around so you don't lose your mind. Like, okay. But yes, so the thing is, yes, try to do that. Try to basically time yourself. This is gonna be a way that makes you sit on your desk and focus on your task, and also calculate how much each task of yours take to actually be finished. Now, here's a game changer. It's about shifting your mindset towards discipline. Why is that? Remember, it's not a set of restrictive rules. It's actually a powerful tool that helps empower us, and we become the best versions of ourselves. So now let's wrap it up. Remember that your best friend is actually discipline on the journey of self-growth. Now, the first challenge of 2024 for you is for you to actually take you disciplining yourself more seriously. It could be as simple as creating a daily routine and actually sticking to it, or start by setting realistic goals. Trust me when I tell you those small steps actually add to significant changes. And on a personal note, discipline has been a game changer for me. When I learned that I actually need to control my habits, I need to control what I need to do around myself, this is when I started to have more respect for myself, and this is when I actually started to grow and became happier. I remember I was sitting with a friend lately, and the thing is, I always had an issue with my mental health that I was struggling with. But this year is one of the most years that I actually took healing and my mental health really seriously. And then I just sat down. I was just like, okay, what do I even want to work on right now on 2024 regarding my mental health? For the first time in my entire life, I spaced out and I found nothing. And I'm very grateful for that. And it all started out when I actually decided to discipline myself and to face some challenges that I wasn't ready to see. And one of them was time management. One of the things that I will actually discuss in my time management course is regarding the lack of boundaries. So the thing is, time management and you disciplining yourself actually comes way back from your childhood. But the thing is, just because you have experienced some negative experiences when you were a child doesn't mean that this is going to control you your whole life. And remember, your past does not have to define who you are. You have control of the narrative. You have control to change your story. Goodbye. And wait, and Happy New Year. Bye guys. Okay.